Hello, everyone, and welcome to another round of Tuesday Night Legacy presented by Spellhold Games. My name's Eugene, and I'll be your commentator for round 3 from February 15th. On the left, we have Nicole playing Infect. This is an aggro combo deck backed up by counter spells like Force of Will and Daze. You're trying to deal 10 damage with your Infect creatures, and you can do it quite quickly. And on the right, we have Steven playing Mono Rent Painter. This is another combo deck using Grindstone and Painter Servant to turn all of your opponent's cards a single color, usually blue, and the Grindstone will mill the entire deck out, and when your opponent goes to draw a card, they lose. So it's combo versus combo here. Let's get right into it. So Steven has the play here. He's going to start with a Mountain into Lotus Petal. We see a Simian Spirit Guide and an Urza's Saga and a couple other things in his hand, but he's going to pass the turn. We're going to have a Glistener Elf from Mikkel. This is a 1/1 Infect creature. This is the basis of the deck. So Infect dealing damage. If you have 10 Infect counters, then you lose the game. So basically, it just cuts your life total right in half. We see an Urza Saga come down on Steven's side, trying to get that Karn to resolve. Unfortunately, it caught a Daze. This is Infect doing its thing. We have Invigorate. The opponent does get to gain 3 life, but it doesn't really matter. Target creature gets +4/+4, so it makes it a 5/5 Infect creature. Followed by the 1-mana Berserk, giving target creature trample and +X/+O, where X is its power. So 5/5 equals 10. That's 10 damage. And that is the end of that. As you see here, the game 2 went game 1 went very quick. So here we are in game 2. Steven starting out with an Urza Saga and a Lotus Petal. Urza Saga we see pretty often nowadays. This can get him 0/0 Constructs that have power and toughness equal to the amount of artifacts he has in play. He plays Crystal Vein for turn. This is a artifact or a land that he can sacrifice for 2 mana. And he can also just tap it for a single mana, but if he needs that mana ramp, he can get it right now. So he's going to go ahead and do that, getting the Construct as a 2/2 with the Lotus Petal and Construct counting itself. So we see Mikkel grabbing a Tropical Island here, paying 1 and getting a Brainstorm. I believe that's a Secret Lair Brainstorm. Haven't seen that art. Or no, it's the Mystical Archive, I believe, from the Strixhaven sets. Not entirely certain on all my Brainstorm arts, though. Gonna go ahead and cast... Ooh, that's a huge hit. Force of Vigor, exiling Force of Vigor. So this is kind of like Force of Will. You can exile a green card from your hand. Destroys up to 2 target artifacts or enchantments. Getting both the Urza Saga and the Construct, since Urza Saga is an enchantment land. So huge play there, but nothing from either side of the table. For a few turns here. A hard cast Simian Spirit Guide to get some beats down on the table there from Steven. And we see a Noble Hierarch coming down. Just make sure here. Yep, Noble Hierarch is the 1 cast. Can tap 4 Bant colors, blue, green, white. 1 of them at a time, obviously. And it's a 0/1 with Exalted. So if it attacks by itself, then it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. This does all Exalted triggers cast or go on the trigger, the stack separately, I guess is the best way to put it. So no matter which creature is attacking, it will get the Exalted trigger. We see a Hydroblast come from Mikkel's side. This is the answer to Pyroblast. And it's going to be able to destroy any red permanent or counter any red spell being cast while it's on the stack. From Steven, we see a couple artifacts coming down. Thran Turbine, that's easy to say, Thran Turbine. During your upkeep, you get 2 colorless mana that cannot be spent to play spells, but it does combo very well with Grindstone. Unfortunately, that is going to catch a prismatic ending. But Steven was going to start activating this Grindstone on his own upkeep for his opponent, trying to mill him out until he drew the Painter Servant card, which would basically make the combo happen. And he would have gotten it off of this Karn. Although the Karn does catch a Force of Will, exiling Daze for that effect. We're going to see another Brainstorm here. Mikkel just having all of the answers to any of Steven's potential threats. So 1 damage down to 17 from the Noble Hierarch, getting some mana that he can't use during his upkeep. Going to pass it right back. Lotus Petal, Crystal Vein. Yeah, he can't really make anything happen until he draws some sort of action here. Unfortunately, red is pretty at the mercy of whatever the top of the deck is, unlike the blue-green Infect deck here. See the 3rd Brainstorm from the game from Mikkel. There's a couple Infect cards. We're seeing... we're seeing the Inkmoth Nexus. Okay, so here we go. Noble Hierarch attack. Invigorate. Steven tries a Lightning Bolt, and that catches a Force of Will. So Noble Hierarch is up to a 5/5. Right, so Noble Hierarch goes up to a 5/5. A Berserk brings it to a 10/10, and a second Berserk brings it to... it brings it to a 10/5. Then a second Berserk would give it to a 25. So with no other blockers, Steven will take lethal, and that will be the end of the game. So thank you for joining us for round 3, and we will see you next time for round 4. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you.